Why would a narcissist want to destroy you if you provide supply for the narcissist? Well, first of all, you have to understand what supply actually is. It's not just giving a narcissist a compliment, although that could provide supply on some level, but it's where when they can interpret what is happening or what you're giving them as being to your detriment or to their benefit, to bolster them as higher than you on a hierarchy scale. That doesn't really exist, but in their mind it does. So as soon as they get into a committed relationship with you, they immediately become locked in a battle with you for worthiness. And they want to prove that they are more worthy than you are, because in reality they recognize that they are not even worthy of being in the relationship with you, which is a point we'll set aside for now. So the supply for them is to see you go down or to see you fail. So if you were to say that you're having a bad day, that could be supply for a narcissist. If you were to lose your temper, that could be supply for a narcissist. If you were to cry or to feel sad, especially about something they're doing, that could be supply for a narcissist. If you were to lose a job, a position, a person in death that's close to you, that is all supply to a narcissist. A narcissist finds it supply, literally, if people around them die because they didn't die. So therefore, they're higher up on the worthiness scale in their mind. So you have to understand how the supply works, and then you can see how destroying you would be the ultimate supply. You see, if they can get you to lose your mind, end up in a hospital, end up on medications, end up looking like the crazy one, be in jail, be accused of something, even if you didn't necessarily do it, or to lose your physical health, be in a physical hospital, or to die. You understand? It's the ultimate supply for them, because that means that they won or are more worthy than you, and they can keep tapping into that sense of supply. Like, yeah, I destroyed that person, or that person lost and I won. They can keep seeing that as a bolster to themselves. The other point that we had to circle back to was this worthiness thing. They know that they are evil enough to understand that if you realize what they really are, you're going to leave them. They know that. So they have to keep you from realizing what they are. Now, how are they going to do that? Well, they have to convince you that you are actually the problem, that you have to work on things, and they're going to point out every single flaw and every single mistake and every single little thing about you that isn't perfect, and they're going to exacerbate it and exaggerate it, or they're going to make it as big as possible, right? And they got to get you to believe, and then they got to smear you to other people, get them to believe that really you're not worthy, because ultimately they're trying to keep you from discovering the secret, which is that they have no good intention in this relationship, and they got in here by the skin of their teeth and by trying to fool you, by manipulation, and they can't let you figure that out. So ultimately, they have to destroy you, because ultimately you're going to figure things out. And so the only way they can win at this battle that they're locked in is to make sure you never figure out, you never realize what they are and leave them first. So if they can destroy you, then they have a basis to leave you, or you die, and then they have a basis to take all of your belongings, absorb it into themselves, and say to themselves, I won, this is making me feel good, and that is the ultimate supply, your destruction.